We have our last match deciding for today. It'll be Ostojiy versus Inca.
My player. I'm not going to lie, I have bias for my player. Ostojiy. Against Inca, who is a fantastic Zerg
Protoss.
Korean Protoss. I don't know why I got Zerg and Korean mixed up for some reason. Anyway, let's go into the game. First map is going to be Ohana. Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that.
No worries, man. All happens to everyone.
That's how I see the Koreans, man. They're just like a huge swarm of ridiculously good players.
It's okay, Andre. If you made a compilation of every mistake I've ever said on camera, it would be like an hour-long YouTube video. So
I think that's every caster.
I think it really is every caster.
It is every caster.
It is. I mean, and the point is, it's really hard sometimes to go a perfect cast. But
going a perfect cast is like going a perfect game in baseball, man.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's possible, but it's really difficult. In fact, a perfect game in StarCraft II is really difficult as well, not losing a single unit. But I think you pulled one off the other day, did you know?
I almost did.
Oh, that's right.
300 resources.
Oh, yeah. The perfect game, guys, if you don't know, is you don't lose a single unit. Not a scouting probe, not a pylon, not a single overlord. You don't lose anything. And if you press the L tab, it's a clean 0.
Yeah.
Donut. But we'll see who can play more perfect in this series between Ostojiy and Inca. Let's go ahead and introduce our players. Starting in the top left, currently being scouted by this red devious probe, it is Ostojiy from Team It's Gosu. Ostojiy qualified from MLG pool play through the open bracket, which in itself tells you that he is a great player. One of the finalists for WCS Canada. And he's half Asian, too. Fun fact.
He is.
Isn't he?
Yes, he is.
He is.
No,
Okay. I didn't want to misstate that. I remember he told me. I forgot what he told me. He was half though.
I think it was Japanese.
Yeah.
And but, it's also important to note he's very competitive in lacrosse. Like he's big into lacrosse.
He's Canadian. Did you know Canada's national sport is lacrosse?
I didn't. I thought it was like hockey.
It is.
Curling.
Everyone thinks it's hockey. I think hockey is also nationally recognized, but lacrosse is one of Canada's most near and dear sports. So another thing that Canada endears very much so. That's not very useful to everything else. Just kidding. I love Canada. No, Canada was one of the best crowds we ever had, Andre, and I love them.
They are the best crowd.
They are actually, yeah. Honestly, it was the most fun thing ever.
Hands down, that was the best crowd.
But you know, it's okay because I think Canada has a lot more opportunities in the future, and I think they've done a really good job through NASL Season 3 finals. And, you know, speaking of the finals, we have another finalist in the bottom right corner. It is Inca, who's currently pylon blocking his opponent. He was formerly on OGS. And Inca is kind of been under the radar because, honestly, a lot of people just make fun of him for his infamous DT rushes non-stop in the GSL finals. But, I mean, in this case, Inca is still here. He really wants a place in StarCraft II, especially in NASL, and you have to respect the fact that he got to the round of 8. It's not an easy bracket whatsoever.
Oh no, definitely not. So we'll see if Inca has any luck against this macro-style Zerg, who is Ostojiy. Ostojiy very rarely actually does all-ins, so probably not expecting anything like that. Of course, cleaning up the initial probe. Now going to work on those rocks. I like that how he works on the rocks immediately, because you really want to obviously open up your natural to your third. The big problem is this. It really cuts the amount of map coverage that you have. Those Zerglings obviously want to be just roaming around the map, making sure that there's no proxy probes anywhere around. And this probe might go uninhibited. If it does, it can actually do a lot of damage.
This probe trying to see if he can just get in, I guess, at this point. Doesn't really want to cannon rush. I mean, there's enough Zerglings and there's a queen out to really deny it. And Inca actually gets in without taking a single piece of damage. That queen just lets it go.
Okay.
Very nice.
Not bad. In the meantime, what is Inca doing? Let's go ahead and check back in the base. His 2 gases are regularly down. Where is his gas going? Is it going to be +1 or anything? There's the warp gate.
Now, last time we were on this map, Andre, for PvZ, we saw that huge attack from Crank, right? And we kind of emphasized that that 4th base is a great position to park your War Prism and Immortals. But at the same time, Inca's been really pushing for Stargate play a lot. Like in fact, not just 1 Stargate, but 2 Stargates type of play. So I wonder how he's gonna mix it up, because the last PvZ we checked in on him, he just kept going Stargate non-stop and really didn't do anything else. But that was when he was taking his natural geysers a lot quicker. And it seems like he's already deviating, going for really quick +1 weapons.
Yeah, even like this +1 weapons could have been a lot faster. So I really question, but still, it's going to be some sort of gateway pressure. And no, whoa, Robo going down. Excuse me. So this is a very weird order. Normally you get the Robo first and then the +1 if you want to do something like this. Now what this could be is like a kind of like a fake tell if Zergs actually rely too much on these little tiny indicators. Obviously seeing a very fast +1, you think it's going to be some sort of 4-gate pressure.
Oh, it's because the Overlord was in the base and you try to chase it out. That's why. He didn't want to reveal it. But yeah, normally you get the Robo before +1. You even get it before the Sentry, in fact. It's just like your quick gas usage. But the Overlord was in the natural and it took quite a licking before he left. In fact, he is so adamant on denying information. He has Sentry is really perimetering the entire base to make sure nothing gets in.
And let me explain really quickly why we actually go robotics facility before the Forge.
Yes.
You want to get those Immortals out as fast as possible, or anything out of this Robo, whether it be, of course, as we see the Warp Prism, or Immortals or Colossus. They're just such powerful units. I mean, Rotterdam said it, it's 1 Immortal equals 2 Stalkers. What would you rather have? Normally, you would rather have 1 Immortal, just because they're so powerful, they're able to kill roaches so easily. But it does look like we are, in fact, dealing with Sentry drop. It's probably going to go into the main. Now, is it going to stop and blank out at the ramp, or is it going to go over for the main? That's what we have to keep an eye on. And to see, oh my god, Ostojiy might actually see this coming.
Well, yeah. Will he see it coming? It's actually just on the outskirts of the vision. Very, very nice job by Inca thus far. Now, a really easy way to deny is a case we saw yesterday between Inca and Idra, actually, was to get a Spore Crawler at the top of the ramp, but Ostojiy's not protecting whatsoever. In fact, Ostoji's not aware of this at all. He's too busy occupied by the Zealots and Stalker pressuring, and now he sees the Warp Prism. He's going to have to pull everything, but he doesn't get it in time. The Queen trying to target on the Warp Prism as fast as possible, wants to get a surround onto the sentries, but now has to evacuate. And this is a great position for our Protoss player.
Yeah, this is terrible for Ostojiy. He's going to try to get as many units out here in the main, but the one Queen actually gets stuck, and it will go down. Now, I like this, trying to make sure that he can't force field out anymore, but he's going to continue doing it. Another round of units coming out here right now. Ostojiy, I think his main is dead. Oh, and the third base is actually being attacked at the same time. Beautifully played.
Very nice as well. And he does have that +1 to help amplify his damage as well. The roaches are not coming out trying to deal with it, but the roaches on the low ground can't even really help because they just can't reach up there. Ostojiy, again, not protecting this ramp is so devastating because Ostojiy's supply is plummeting. GG. And just like that, Inca takes game number 1 after a very well executed standard sentry drop play.
Yeah, that really shows you why it's so important to just have these little units scouted out all over the map, because you have to see that Warp Prism coming. If you don't, reacting to it is really ill-fated. You're always going to take a little bit more damage than you actually dish out. So it's unfortunate, Ostojiy just being completely countered due to a fact of not having intelligence out in the field. He's going to lose that game.
And it was well done by Inca just to avoid all vision and control his tower. Control his tower. Very key in terms of denying that or actually making it work.
That's important to note, because if you don't actually take that, then you have to like go around even more. That's probably like 20 seconds that you're adding on.
More time. And
exactly.
Whatnot, so. We'll see if Ostojiy is able to come back in the series. He does have map pick, and we'll find out what happens after a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere.